If you still haven't ordered her Valentine's gift, don't panic. Just hurry and go to 1-800-Flowers.com to save up to 50% on beautiful premium roses. What sets 1-800-Flowers apart from the rest are their premium first-cut flowers, backed by their 7-day freshness guarantee, plus same-day delivery when you need them. Right on time for Valentine's. This deal ends February 10th, so don't wait. Beat the clock and save up to 50% at 1-800-Flowers.com/podcast. That's 1-800-Flowers.com/podcast.
Let's do this. Let's talk about it, baby.
Let's do it.
All right. This is episode, I want to say episode 6. I know it's week 9. 9 weeks?
9 weeks.
Is baby walking?
9
Is baby
weeks.
talking? What's happening now?
Yes. Driving.
Wow,
just
that was so
moving
fast.
out. Some of the big thing, I mean, there's some major growth spurts that are happening, and it's wild because they grow a lot while they sleep, which I suppose kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's like visibly noticeable.
Really?
It's like you put him down and then he wakes up, he needs a feed or a change. It's the middle of the night. So I go to pick him up. It's like, holy crap.
Yeah.
You don't even fit in this thing anymore. Like,
Right.
What happened? How did you do that? And definitely more engaged, really trying to form words.
Really?
Figuring out its tongue, doing a lot of,
Yeah.
which I'm sure will be a great soundbite for anyone just listening and not watching this podcast. I feel like there's a settling in, and I don't want to jinx it, but much longer sleeps, feeling like there's latching on to the type of routine we're trying to get established. Yeah, lots more communication. I mean, obviously there's no words really, just those sounds, but lots more sounds. And, even when he's just there watching or looking at you, or like my sister FaceTimed and she's talking to him and he's like looking at the screen and is aware that there is like there's something there. Yeah. And you look at him and it's like he wants to do something. He wants to engage.
Yeah.
And he's just waiting, doesn't quite know how.
Is he mimicking sounds, or are they all originals right now?
They're all originals. I mean, he may have banked some things that he's heard that now he's trying to pull out, because I mean, I make all kinds of sounds all the time with him,
Yeah.
But yeah.
Is he making more facial expressions? Are you seeing things as far as just expressive wise, or is he looking more and more like one or both of you? That
still fluctuates all the time too.
Yeah.
Everyone, we've started to open the pod up a little bit, our bubble. We're introducing other friends and whatnot since he's been vaccinated for a little bit now, and trying to get out and see friends or have people over, and everyone kind of comments that he looks a lot like me, or then they'll see a photo of my wife when she's young and it looks so much like her. So yeah, it's really a pretty clean mix of both of us. Kind of down the middle. He's grown out of clothes already. And he's really putting on the pounds. I mean, he's got some dinner rolls going on now. And like some of these outfits really accentuate the Buddha belly. It's just like, gee, you were swimming in this, I feel like, last week, and now you're filling it out. Yeah, it happens fast.
How often are you having to buy new clothes? Or move up to the next size if you've already got it?
Yeah, I mean, we're at that stage where it's like more things are being retired.
Yeah.
I think we talked a while back in one of the episodes about the thing that he came home in from the hospital. He has long since not been able to wear, but now clothing sizes are kind of funny. You have like some call it newborn, some call it 0 to 3 months.
Yeah.
Depending on the company that you've gotten it from, and they don't exactly line up. So some newborn stuff is a little bit bigger than the 0 to 3.
Right.
we're very lucky because my wife
Mm-hmm.
has cousins who have kids, and so we've got lots of hand-me-downs and other friends. And I guess that's the benefit to having a kid a little bit later in
Right.
life, is a lot of the friends and other family have already had it.
Yeah.
So we're getting lots of hand-me-downs. So we're not wanting for clothes,
Mhm.
but definitely moving up from what is like the newborn into just the 0 to 3 generally right now. But like I said, some of them
Yeah.
don't quite correlate.
Is there a piece of clothing that he's got that maybe he's not into yet, but you're like, I can't wait for him to wear this? Maybe it's like the Ninja Turtles or something that you're just super excited.
Yeah, I mean, he just got into this sleep onesie that's all dinosaurs and has
Yeah.
dinosaur feet, and I love seeing him in that. I just keep saying, "Let's go, dinosaur!" Kind of doing a roar. He likes that. Yeah, I mean, baby clothes. They're just cute, man.
Yeah.
They're all adorable.
Yeah.
But we have a couple of jackets and like more like outfits. Like right now, it's like you just kind of grab whatever onesie and you can put him just so he's got something on. And
Yeah.
and there's a few things that are from families and family members or families and friends that they're just a cool jacket or kind of like young boy outfit, and it's just like, oh, that's so cool. Like just growing up, actual pants, not just like elastic things that you pull over and they fit and it's great. It's like there's some personality in that outfit, young man. All right, couple of jackets. So we're going to be traveling to the East Coast
at the
beginning of the winter season, and so he'll need something to kind of bundle up. Something about a baby and like a puffy up jacket or whatever, that it's cute. You can't deny that.
So I assume you're going to be flying then.
We will be.
Are you nervous about that, or are you gearing up or preparing? Or
I've certainly gone back and forth. There's been moments where we were out for an errand during the day and everything just went to shit. It was like, oh God, oh man,
right,
we got to get home now. Like, I don't know what to do. It's just we got to go home.
Right.
And it made me go, holy crap, how the hell are we ever going to travel in a plane where we can't just be like, all right, stop everything, let's just go home.
Right.
We'll make it better that way. It's like, no, you're in for a 5-hour flight here, buddy. Nothing you can do about that. We like to travel a lot, my wife and I.
Yeah.
And it's very much a part of who we are with each other and with the world, and seeing friends and family and the world and exploring, that we had discussed before of like we want to be able to continue that and to bring him into it. So there'll be a learning curve to it, and I'm sure tricky moments that your patience are being tested to the limits, and I think better to get through those learning curves now, and hopefully it will get easier. But he may dictate that, nope, we don't travel, mom and dad, no matter how much you think you like it. We're not doing that. We'll see. But we're gonna try.
I like that. I really admire the fact that, how do I put it? It's not changing. It's not hindering you guys from trying to do what you like to do. Like, let's make a concerted effort to still do things that we like as well, as opposed to you have friends who they get a new dog and you never see them. I can't because of the puppy, or that kind of a thing. And so I like that you're not letting the baby dictate whether or not you can still enjoy life as adults.
I think that it was something that was important to both of us, and something that we discussed as well. That, we also have seen those friends or, the groups of people that just stop hanging out with people that don't have kids, or, and I get that. I mean, and I'll probably spend more time with other people that have kids now in general, but hopefully it's the ones that also like to get out and be a part of the world. It's so much a part of who we are as a couple together. it's really important for us to keep that relationship going
Yeah.
together, as well as our relationship with the kid.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, as I said about the traveling, we may see that it's not as easy as we think, and we may have to dial some things back, but
Right.
within reason and being responsible about it.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, we really want to make a concerted effort to keep life happening and bring him
Yeah.
into it.
And I've never met somebody who, as a child or when they were young, they traveled a lot and saw places with their parents that regrets that, Like,
Yeah.
I think that's something that for those of us that didn't do that, a lot of that growing up, that's something we all wish we could have done is, travel more and stuff. So I think, I mean, I think that's a great thing. If like you say, if you can pull it off and if he allows you to pull it off, that sounds great.
Yeah, I mean, I think some of it, when you do travel and see how different cultures handle having kids,
Mm-hmm.
there was some inspiration from us seeing that when we would travel to, especially I think European countries and
Yeah.
South and Central American countries as well. If the family is out having a dinner at 9 p.m. in Spain, well, if they have kids, the kids are there.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, they
Yeah.
may be asleep in the bassinet next to it, or maybe they're up and being held and a part of it.
Yeah.
And, we'd like to kind of introduce that type of thing for our existence. And the thing about it that I've been kind of thinking about this week that I think ties into that is how becoming dad, a parental figure, isn't just something that you snap your fingers and now you're that.
Mm-hmm.
As anything else that you learn to do, or a part of your personality that you learn to grow into.
Yeah.
If you're trying a new skill, learning how to do a new board game or play a new sport or what, it's like
Mm-hmm.
you don't just show up and know how to do it instantly. Sometimes you may have a skill set that lends itself to it,
Yeah.
but you got to kind of develop it. It has to grow.
Yep.
And that's very much a part of the traveling too, is learning how to parent and grow into that part of myself,
Hmm.
and learning how to be a dad and a father figure
Yeah.
is something that I'm learning to put on, as opposed to feeling like I have to know how to do.
Hmm.
I don't know if that makes sense, but
Yeah.
it's a new part of myself that I've wanted to engage with, and
Hmm.
it has to be developed, right?
Yeah.
It's not something that I have ever done. So
Right.
I have to give myself the grace to say, I don't know,
Yeah. Yeah.
could really screw this one up. And if I do, how do I correct that,
Yeah.
right? Because
Yeah.
a mistake is only a mistake and not final.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's growth that happens through those learning curves, the mistakes that happen,
Yeah.
and really trying to look at this time as a time of developing myself as
Mm-hmm.
father figure, dad,
Yeah.
in the dad lane. Little plug
That's
there.
the name of the show.
So dumb. So dumb. But yeah, I mean, in all honesty, it is something that I hadn't looked at it that way.
Yeah.
And full disclosure, it's something that my therapist and I have been talking about,
Hmm.
because I've had kind of this fear of like, who am I now within myself as an artist? I'm not doing as much because I'm in the family cave right now. We've retreated. We're in the bubble. We're in the hole, and we're trying to keep this kiddo alive, and that's what's needed. But I have felt kind of, I don't know, not trapped, but isolated and unsure of how I re-engage with the world as this new form, and feeling like I've got to be doing something to keep, my artistry going and my work as an actor. And it's kind of like, well, do I even have that anymore? And like we were discussing earlier, helping my friend with the casting of his film, just to engage with that and see like, oh, that part of me is not dead.
Yeah.
It just needed a little fuel, and it still loves to do that.
Yeah.
And I can be that always. But the thing I'm like trying to take on now is, how do I grow into this new part of my personality?
Yeah.
And I think that's really kind of helping reshape and helping me just kind of settle into being here now.
Yeah.
In the stages that I'm in with being the kid's father.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I said, it isn't something I've done, and so I have to kind of grow into it. I have to learn the skill of and exercise different things and try things on that may not work. And some ways that's kind of daunting, but I think really important also for any other part of me that's outside of being dad. To also grow. I think it will grow with that. It's a little bit esoteric or meta of like, this is the, who is Lane in the world and where are we going? But hopefully I'm always able to keep growing and learning.
Yeah.
And some of that is what I'm doing now is I'm learning a new part of me and cultivating it. I'm, watering the plant. And letting it grow, the dad branch of who I am as a individual in this existence. It's kind of given me a little bit more sense of ease and less stress. Oh man, what am I doing? I'm not doing anything for that part of me who wants to be out there in the world and doing the stuff that I want to do. It's like, but you're also developing this part. And that's kind of cool.
I think that's really good that, you were able to help out your friend with his project. And you mentioned the fact that, you and your wife still want to travel. And I think that's really important to find, like you said, you might not be able to do it at the capacity that you did just 9 weeks ago, but to find little instances and glimmers where you can kind of put a foot in that world. Because a lot of times I feel like I hear a lot of dads complain that, well, I've got a kid, I can't blah, blah, blah anymore. And I can see where that could grow into resentment, whether you're capable of it or coherent or aware of it or not. And so I think it's really good that you're able to rub shoulders with that world or those things that you enjoy doing. And I think that's definitely something that I would encourage any new parent to try to find some time or some way, whether it's directly, if you love to read, well, maybe now you listen to an audiobook while you're doing, but just still kind of hover into that world or step into that world a little bit, that kind of is your thing that you enjoy doing.
Yeah. Well, and I think that becomes a nice thing where you're able to share that with the kid as well at some point, no matter how they grow and either enjoy it as well or just know that you have and what you do. And as you were talking, it made me think of something that's been on top of mind as well in the last couple of weeks, which is just not having to be in the knowing and rather being in the question of like, I don't know how to be a dad. I'm going to take a look at what does it look like, as opposed to, I feel like in this day and age, everything is at the drop of the hat. It's like, I'll look it up. I got the answer, and that's who I am, and I know this, and I've got these answers, and that's all fine and great. It's a great tool, and yet it really takes us out of, I don't know, and that's okay. And it's hard to be in that, especially, I feel so much pressure. I mean, like the last reading from Diaper Diaries last week of like, oh my God, my whole life is based on this one change and I've screwed it up. I'm a failure. You get challenged in that a lot as in these early stages of parenting. And it's funny. I mean, I'm not even parenting now. I'm just, feeding and changing and helping this kid stay alive. Like, there aren't parental decisions being made. I mean, to a certain degree, of course there are.
Right.
All of that I've never done, and therefore I can't know. I definitely have perfectionism in my veins where I feel like I've got to get it right, and that can drive you to good places where you want to be better and learn. But if the expectation is to know how to do it right away, you can't just Google this one. And so I'm really trying to stay in the question, which is something I hear a lot from a good teacher of mine, to allow myself to not know and to try it on and see how things go. And, you make corrections as you go, hopefully, as opposed to just, well, I got to do this now because I'm a dad, like you said, the resentment can come in, and as opposed to, no, this is a whole new thing in me that didn't exist before, that was waiting to grow and now is being fed and watered and blossoming and growing into whatever it will be. But to allow that to happen in its process, as opposed to like, I gotta get it, I gotta figure it out.
I never thought about having to be intentional about putting on being a dad, and putting and living in that headspace. Would you say that even in your moments of questioning, what percentage of the time do you feel like a dad? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I don't know. I mean, there are definitely moments, like the other day we were up, he and I were up a little bit before. I'm often taking the kind of morning shift away from the bedroom so my wife can keep sleeping. We'll get up and he and I will get on with the day. And I had him in like a little carrier in front of me, and there was a lot to kind of tackle around the house that didn't get done yesterday. And I was like, I can put him in this carrier and we can get that done. Like, let's go. Like, why not? And there was a part of me that was like, yeah, dads are fucking awesome. Like, and I feel like I'm getting into that world,
Right.
It's like, dads can do anything, man. This is great.
Yeah.
And I felt a camaraderie with the world of dads, It's like,
that's awesome.
We can do it, man. There's nothing that we can't do. And then there's parts where it's like, well, no, I don't feel any different. But I think having the intentionality of, no, I am really trying to nurture this part and to help it grow. And that's what I'm focusing on right now, so that there is purpose and intention towards something, and to, learning a new skill in a way. And, really that development of another part of me that maybe has always been there to a certain degree. I've always thought that I would like to be a dad.
Yeah.
But other than that, I had no idea what any of it meant.
Right.
I mean, at all.
Yeah.
And in so many ways, you really can't until.
Oh, yeah.
And,
yeah.
It's like I keep referencing all my friends who have had kids, and it's like, oh my God, I should have reached out to you more. I didn't know what you were going through. And they're all like, you can't know.
Yeah.
But now you do. Now you know.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I mean, there's always a percentage, I think, of me that I hope to be able to hold on to that is just still me as I was before.
Yeah.
But I really am trying to take on the fact that I am wanting to develop this new part.
Yeah.
I feel like it is in some ways a muscle that, I'll try to exercise and grow. But I don't know. I think there's even more to it. I mean, not to make it so like airy-fairy esoteric, but there's like a whole other part of it that's not just like a technical, got to learn how to do these things.
Right.
It really is kind of developing. I think it's maybe the closest thing I could relate it to is, okay, I am comfortable and confident in myself in my life that I want to really introduce another person to this world.
Yeah.
And also engage with someone else. Like, you don't just step into a relationship and go, got it, let's go.
Right.
There's a lot of growing and shaping oneself and molding the relationship that happens, that is between the two of you, that takes work. And I guess that's probably the closest thing that I've ever felt in that, or even in a new friendship. It's, you engage with someone, and whatever is coming about within that can only be created by the two of you.
Yeah.
And needs nurturing. And so this is, I guess, kind of a similar thing that I could relate to, of like, okay, I'm trying to engage with that part and look at shaping it and developing it.
Yeah.
We'll see where it goes, but really trying to allow that grace of, I don't gotta have it right. I'm gonna learn. I'm gonna make mistakes.
Yeah.
Let myself off the hook a little bit.
So what would you say to someone who may be a new dad, and that feeling of getting up and doing the chores, and that super dad feeling you had, you're at the flip side, and how do you pull yourself out of that when you aren't feeling like a super dad?
Well, at 9 weeks, Ed, as an expert,
yes.
I'd like to just
let's teach those 8-weekers a thing or two.
Yeah. Hold on there, 8-weekers. I got a week on you, young man. Listen here, Sonny. Well, what I think I could say to that with full confidence, because I am so new at this, is, what would I do? And to be in the question of it, as opposed to, well, I know I got to do this, and I got it, because I don't have it figured out. And so I think that's kind of the point of what I'm trying to say, is like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
That's the hard part to accept.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. And like, why that diaper change last week was so hard, because I was putting all of the gotta have it right energy, and I can't mess this up, because my wife will think I've screwed up, and I'm failing this kid, and I'm a failure. I've screwed it all up.
Yeah.
As opposed to being in the question of like, oh man, this is happening right now.
Yeah.
What do I do?
Yeah.
And then something comes. And allowing that thing to come. And I think you kind of like walk through all the things that, if you were in that position, you might take a look at. Well, should I walk away right now and just say, okay, I gotta take a moment, or honey, help, or whatever. You kind of walk through all those things, and I think that's kind of what I'm trying to get at with all of this rambling. How do you keep that question alive?
Yeah.
And be okay with it, because I've been projecting so far into the future of like teenage years, and the things I saw myself struggling with as a teenager, and struggling to communicate with my parents. It's like, and I don't want that to
right.
But I won't know what to do then.
Yeah.
Even if I've had 15 years, 17 years of trying to be dad, from 1 to 15, 16, 17 years old. And I will hope to be able to allow the same grace to my child as I'm giving myself, as like, I don't know. And let's take a look at that together, hopefully.
Yeah.
Like, there's gonna have to be me being the parent. I don't want to not
Yeah.
be in the parental figure, but hopefully that is how I can show up for him. And
Yeah.
if we have more of them in that way of not having to have an answer, but looking for one, living in the question and looking for what this moment calls for.
Yeah. I really like that mindset though of living in the question. Just because it's living in the question. It's not struggling with the question. It's not wrestling with, it's not yelling at the question. It's living with the question, living in the question. I really like that a lot, where it's just kind of like, this is fine. This is where it's at. And I don't know, that's a really cool concept.
Well, thanks. I mean, it's not mine. I mean, I'm
well,
trying to
never mind.
adapt it. But that is also what this whole thing is about.
Yeah.
What we're doing now.
Yeah.
That you started was, I don't know, you're doing it. Let me ask you about it.
Yeah.
Which I think is so great.
How is your wife recovering? And then also, are you guys, do you find yourselves in tandem at kind of in the same places at the same time, as far as how you're each dealing with being a parent for the first time?
First and foremost, my wife's doing well. She's progressing and has can't remember if last week we talked about how she's started back into her PT.
Yeah.
And feeling really good about that, and
Good.
Strength and growing, and comes with growing pains.
Yeah.
But she's, I think, just as watching her from the outside, as I see her take on different tasks or helping in different ways now around the house, it's like, she's feeling a little stronger. She's feeling better. And, we're going to go for a walk after this, so she's so good about taking on a challenge and like goal setting.
Yeah.
That I wish I had it. And I'm trying to develop that part of myself as well, but she's great at it. And so I may take that for granted, and like, I don't worry about her. She's going to be fine. I know she's going to but it is good to have you keep checking in with me and asking, because I am seeing the growth, and it helps me to stay, this would be the theme of the episode, in the question of like, how is she doing, as opposed to taking it for granted. But she's putting the things in place to help herself. And man, she's so good at that and executing those things. And it's fruitful already. I can see that. And I think she would say the same.
I'm sure that it's got to be nice, especially after going through such a physically demanding and draining procedure. It's got to feel nice for her to be able to start to do things, that she's wanted to do since the day that she got home, I'm sure. So that's probably nice as well, just for her sake. Yeah.
And it helps with just general day by day, like emotional to like how she's feeling, and emotionally she's doing much better, I think, because she can engage in those things and doesn't feel so limited by her body. But I know she was, and I think you can only imagine that it would for anyone. And so trying to help take some of the load off of her, so she doesn't feel like she's got to do it, but that when she wants to, she can. And starting to see the re-engagement. And she's getting her butt kicked, she says, some days in PT, but it's a good butt kicking, I think.
Right.
So she's taking it on admirably and doing well.
Good.
And then I think, some of the things we actually discuss, or like comes up if something is happening within me, and it's like, hey, I'm really sorry that was going on at that time, because I felt like I was a failure, or I was stressed, or and sometimes there isn't room for it. There's just enough energy and space to just go, okay, they're in their place, let's just fix this meal and
Yeah.
get fed and see where we're at after that. And
Right.
that's okay.
Yeah.
Developing the relationship with the kid. I think it's a lot more difficult for the dad to develop that bond. I mean, for my wife, I hear her say constantly, it's hard to let go of it because constantly now, like we did the first bottle feed,
Oh,
right?
wow. Okay. Yeah.
And to me, I'm like, oh, that's so great. What a great growth that we've had. And we'll give her freedom and
Right.
space. And she's like, I have to pull myself out of the room because they say to do that when you start bottle feeding is the mother should leave because the baby will be like, wait a second, I
Right.
eat there. What?
Right.
So they suggest that the mom leaves. And so she did. And so she just went upstairs, and whole time I'm feeding, it's going great. Like there was no second guessing from the kid. He was like, okay, this is what we do. I'm hungry. I'm great.
Right.
And she's at the top of the stairs crying because now he doesn't need her as much anymore.
Wow.
And yeah. And it was like, oh, wow. I get that.
Yeah.
And so she's had a relationship from the I'm pregnant moment.
Right.
Through then developing it for 9 months and growing this thing, this human being inside of her, and then birthing it, and now learning how to feed it from her own being.
Yeah.
Which is also a whole other crazy thing that we could go on forever about, but blows my mind. It's like breast milk changes feed by feed, day by day, based on like the baby and what the baby needs and the biology of the mom. Like sometimes it's got more fat, sometimes and it's all based on what the kid needs. And you can help stimulate that shift and change by the mom constantly kissing the baby and being around its face, because then it gets some of whatever germs and ecosystem that's on the baby into the mother, so that the mother's, biology then goes, oh, this is on my kid. I got to produce something that'll help fight that or help stimulate this. And that actually happens.
That's insane.
It's totally insane. So back to your question of like, are we on the same page? And it's like, no, we're not. And I think that's right. It only makes sense. And that was 9 months of the mother growing that love.
They have that, just that physical connection.
Yeah. And so, I think in some ways in the parenting part of it, we're probably learning things together, but also learning how to kind of be together and checking in with. Yet we're at totally different places. Yeah. And rightly so.
I think going into this, I expected to hear about what you learned from yourself and about yourself. And I expected even to hear about what you've learned from your son and the things you pick up on and taught. And I don't know why I didn't see how much you learn from your wife. And just the things, you talk about things that you're intentionally trying to do that she does. And it's just, that's so cool to see that you are blessed enough to have a partner whom you want to learn from and want to emulate things about. And that's such a cool partnership. I love that so much. That's so cool.
Yeah. Thanks for pointing that out. I think I'm lucky for sure. I mean, I know I am to have the partner I have, but I think anybody in this position, you can only look to the other person in it with you. Yeah. And hopefully, can have someone that looks back and goes, here we are. Right. I don't know. Yeah. How did that change go? How did that feeding go? Yes. How are you doing today? Yeah. We've talked a lot about one thing, like to your question, are we in similar places in our growth as becoming parents, is our own guilt. That it really speaks to who we are as people. We have our own issues with that just in life, but it's something that comes up a lot. Like the other morning, she got up and I hadn't slept much, and it's, been multiple days where I'm the first up and taking the morning shift, which, gives her extra sleep, and I hadn't had extra sleep in a few days. She's like, well, why don't you, I'll get up and I'll feed him and change him, and then, take a snooze, and then you can get up and then we'll, do the handoff. And I was like, oh, okay, great.
Yeah.
Like 3 hours later, I wake. I'm like, oh my God, looking at the time and running to find where she is in the house, and just I've done it wrong. I've upset her, or, I just had so much guilt around it. And it's like a projection, and also this whole mind reading thing that I do, which is not a good thing because I can't. little clue into, I can't actually read mine, but I try to fulfill that that guilty conscience about, oh, she's gonna be mad and she's gonna whatever. That's something that we're both, I think, taking a look at and have discussed together and addressing. We both have so much guilt about, well, I can't ask Lane to do more because he's already doing so much, or I can't not get up this morning because that we've set I get up and let her sleep because I want her to and then life happens.
Yeah.
And it's back to the thing we said of being in the questions, well, what if you don't today?
Yeah.
What if you need to sleep? What if you ask your partner for what you need?
Yeah.
What would happen, as opposed to just assuming, oh, they won't, I'll be, I'll be in trouble, they'll be mad. It's
right.
No relationship is perfect either, and has to be constantly developed, as we were talking about. And oh man, it's all put under the microscope with having a kiddo, though.
What I really like, though, and I don't know if you can see it from your position, but I just hearing you talk about the guilt that you both feel, I can't help but notice it's guilt that comes not because you've done something wrong. It comes from empathy for the other person. It comes from, it's weird that it's guilt that springs from care, or, it's there because you love the other person so much. You don't want to put them out or inconvenience them. And so I think it's rooted in a good place. It's not guilt because you did this thing. It's because you genuinely care about the other person.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. It's true. It does. It's not malicious.
Right.
There's no malice within the actions.
Yeah.
And one fears that it could be taken that way. And then it's also my own interpersonal things that I'm working through of oh yeah, I'm not worthy of love. And, I can't stress enough. It's sometimes I leave these episodes and I'm like, oh man, I hope I didn't sound like I know all the answers and I've got it. And I'm trying to tell someone what to do.
Yeah.
Because I'm struggling for sure with this day in and day out.
Yeah.
And it's not overwhelming. And I guess to only share that because it can probably sound like, oh, I'm doing a podcast and I know things. And it's well, no, most of it is just stuff that I've learned in even a week's time. I am in process and often struggling. It's hard. Yeah, it is.
Well, I don't think, just for your own peace of mind, I don't think you ever come across as I have the answers. I think it just, if nothing else, it is, this is what I did, okay. and whether or not it was, I don't know if it was right or wrong, but this is what we did. This is what I did. This is how I handled it, and I like that you're upfront about, sometimes you don't handle it well and sometimes you do handle it well. And and that's like anything with that. We all have those moments where we handle a situation well or we don't, and so it's I don't know. I just see you as human, and you've humanized yourself.
Good. Trying to.
Yeah. We can further humanize yourself by dipping into some Diaper Diaries before we
Yes. I mean, that was one thing in this week that's changed a lot is
literally
like good experiences. Like I'm
Really?
like, I'm not going to have anything to share. But then, of course, there was something to share.
Oh, snap. Okay.
Okay. Here we are. The Diaper Diaries. So after a week of feeling like, oh man, have we transitioned out of my favorite segment? Like I'm going to have nothing to share other than, he pooped and peed. It was fine. No big deal. Fearing that was gone. No, I was quickly brought back to reality.
Yeah.
With mushy yellow. I love that it has to have like.
It always starts off with the prompts. I love that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Of course, it's got to have the prompts.
Yeah.
So this was 6:20 a.m. Mushy yellow mix diaper titled "The Fountain of Youth."
Oh no. Oh no.
The rumbling started during his morning feed.
Oh no.
The warning signs had begun. Alarms being sounded through massive, gaseous expressions of what was to come. Time for a change. Get him on the table, and man, does he come alive. He's even laughing. Almost like he knows more than me what awaits. I anticipate another laugh as he opens his mouth again, but no. He spits up, and not just a little spittle, as it has become so innocently known in our household as spittle. No, this was a geyser of the feeding that he had just had. No. Here I was, ready to tackle the lower half, and what no doubt was to be a big mess because of the gaseous expressions I'd heard before. No, I wasn't ready for the top half. He's already halfway undressed, and the top half is now covered in white regurgitation. Time to recalibrate. Get him wiped down and back on track to tackle the known problem, which proved to be as big of a mess as we thought. All systems seem to be working, though. The pipes are flowing freely in this kid. And yes, he is now known as the Fountain of Youth.
Oh my gosh. I did not see that coming.
Yeah, well, neither did I.
I set you up on that.
Yeah. Yeah.
As soon as I said it, I was like, that was a good setup.
The Fountain of Youth.
Oh my gosh.
Which, like you asked last week about nicknames, and the one that has been catching on, my sister started calling him Smush Face or Smushy, because he loves like to be pressed up against someone, and he's got such round cheeks now.
Yeah,
that smush face is adequate. I think I shared the milk dud thing.
Yes,
he often snores, kind of like has trouble breathing. It's not quite a pug, so we call him a little panda bear.
Oh, okay.
So now it's morphed into Smush Bear. So little Smush Bear.
I like that.
Just to re-up on the growing nicknames.
I like it.
Yeah.
Well, Lane, thanks for sharing this week. That was really nice. I like that. I'm still living in the question. I really like that a lot. That's nice.
Yeah, I will try to keep that going myself, and hopefully we all can.